Hey guys, welcome back. So today I want to show you how to do a very beautiful eye look with just your fingers. No brushes necessary. So if you want to know how to do a look like this with any colors, then stay tuned because I'm going to show you how to do it brush free. So I'm going to be using 3 colors today. I'm going to be using Sandstone Pearl for my base, I'm going to be using Mocha Java for my transition color, and I'm going to be using Garnet for my contour. So you don't have to use all 3 colors. You can use one and apply a light layer for your base, and then a second layer for your transition, and then an extra layer for your contour. So each layer of your one color will get deeper and deeper with the layers, so it will appear like there's 3 different colors there. So don't worry if you don't have 3 colors. So I'm going to start with my Sandstone Pearl. I use this as a base color because it evens out my lids. If you're using traditional powders, then you can just go ahead and use any eyelid primer that you have. So an eyelid primer or this Sandstone Pearl ShadowSense, it's just going to give you an even base to start with, and it helps your shadows last longer and helps to avoid creasing of the color. So I'm just going to put a small layer of this on my entire eyelid, mostly just to even me out because there's a primer built in all of the ShadowSense colors. Next I'm going to go in with Mocha Java. So this is just a light brown, no shimmer, no sparkles. So I'm just going to take a little tiny bit on my finger and I'm just going to tap it on just above my crease. Tap, 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 tap. If you're using a powder, you can rub it on now, or you can tap it on. I like to tap it on because it stays exactly where I want it to stay. So I am just keeping this color just above my crease. So I'm just going to tap a little bit more for my second eye, and the same thing. I'm just going to tap it above my crease. So a little bit is getting down below my crease, and that's okay because we're going to cover that up with the Garnet or the darker shade next. So I'm just going to tap that on, keeping it all up nice and high. And then lastly, I'm going to go in with my Garnet, which is my darkest shade. I'm going to dab this directly on my eyelid so I can see exactly where it's going to go. I'm going to keep it right here. So when I'm tapping this one on, I'm going to tap in and up. You want to avoid having it come out here. So I'm just going to tap in and up, in and up. And I'm just tapping it and I'm keeping it out here in this outer corner, pulling it up a little, pulling it in a little, definitely not pulling it out any. If you do get some out here, you can just wipe that off while it's still wet before it sets. So if that is enough difference for you in your light to dark, then you're good to stop there. If you want a little bit more darkness, you can put another little dot and the same thing. You're just going to tap in and up, in and up. So you want to keep it all in this outer corner, leaving your lightest in here. There we go. Easy peasy. All with your fingers. So now let's do the other side. So I'm going to put on a dot so I can see where it goes, and I'm going to tap in and up. Same thing, in and up, keeping it in this outer corner. Then you're going to check and see if they are even. They look pretty even to me. If you're using ShadowSense for your liner, you can just use the one that comes in the bottle. If you're using a traditional liner, then you can go ahead and use your liner right now. So I'm going to put my light color, my Mocha Java, on the bottom. So I'm just scraping off all of the excess, and I'm just going to pull this up underneath my lower lash line for a subtle under eye liner. If your line is a little bit harsh for you, then you can just take your finger and pull it across to soften up that line. So you can stop here and put on your mascara if you want, or if you want a liner on the top, we can do that too. So I'm going to line on the top with the Garnet, which was my darkest color. So I'm just going to go ahead and use the one that's in here. I'm going to wipe off all of the excess, and I'm just going to pull it along very tightly to my lashes. So it's not very thick. Just gives a little bit extra dimension. There we go. So now I'm going to comb and curl my lashes. I like to comb them out before I curl them because it gets any of the excess ShadowSense that may have gotten on my lashes out so that they don't get clumpy when I apply my mascara. I always like to curl my lashes because it helps them look a little longer front on. And we all want a little extra length. So today I'm using Arbonne's It's a Long Story mascara. I love this mascara for extra length. I always start with my bottom lashes so that when I open my eye to do them, I don't get the wet mascara on the top of my lid. I like to give it a little wiggle to make sure that I get them all. And there we have it. So we have this gorgeous eye look that we created with no brushes and simple